Most people get this wrong when they try to start a company in Ukraine. They think it is just about filling out a form online and getting a business certificate. But here's the truth no one tells you. If you skip one legal step, your company can get delayed, rejected, or even blocked from opening a bank account. And in 2026, Ukraine has made business registration faster, but also more structured. That means you can start a company quickly, but only if you follow the exact legal process. So in this video, you will learn how to start a company in Ukraine step by step, from choosing your company type to getting your tax number, opening a bank account, and legally operating your business. Even if you are a foreigner and have zero experience, you will understand everything clearly by the end. And stay with me, because in a minute I'll show you the exact company structure most foreign founders choose in Ukraine to avoid unnecessary taxes and paperwork. Now let's start from the beginning. If you want to start a company in Ukraine, the most common and practical structure is called a limited liability company, or LLCIT. In Ukrainian, it is called TOV. This is the standard business type used by startups, freelancers scaling up, and foreign investors. Here's why most people choose it. It is flexible. It allows 100% foreign ownership, and it does not require massive startup capital. But here's where it gets interesting. Even though it sounds simple, the process has several legal layers that must be completed in order. Let's break it down step by step. The first step is choosing your company structure and naming your business. Most founders rush this step. But this is where problems start later. Your company name must be unique and compliant with Ukrainian registration rules. You cannot use restricted terms or names that already exist in the registry. A practical example. Imagine Alex, a freelancer from India, wants to start a digital marketing agency in Kyiv. He chooses a name like Alex Growth Studio, LLC. Before moving forward, he must check if this name is available in the Ukrainian business registry. Now, here's the problem most people face. They assume their English name will be accepted automatically. But Ukraine registers companies in both Ukrainian and transliterated forms. So your name must be checked carefully. Once your name is ready, the next step is defining your legal address. This is extremely important. Every company in Ukraine must have a registered legal address. This is not just a formality. It is where government correspondence is officially sent. Now here's where it gets interesting. You do not need to physically rent a full office in many cases. You can use a virtual office service or a legal address provider. Many foreign founders use this option to save costs when starting. But be careful. The address must be valid and registered properly. If it is flagged as fake or inactive, your registration can be rejected. Next comes one of the most important steps: preparing your company charter. The charter is basically the constitution of your company. It defines ownership, management structure, business activities, and decision-making rules. Let's simplify it. If Alex owns 100% of the company, the charter will clearly state that he is the sole owner and director. If there are multiple founders like Alex and John, then ownership percentages are defined here. Now here's a mistake many beginners make. They download random templates from the internet without customizing them for Ukrainian law. Ukrainian law. This can cause legal issues later when opening a bank account or applying for taxes. So always use a legally compliant charter adapted to Ukraine's civil code. Now let's move to the registration process itself. In Ukraine, company registration is done through the state registrar or through the DIA digital platform. DIA is the government's online system that allows fast business registration. And this is where things become faster than most countries. If everything is correct, registration can take 24 to 72 hours. But here's the problem. If your documents are incomplete or inconsistent, the process can get delayed for weeks. So accuracy is everything here. To register, you will typically need the following key elements: your passport copy, your tax identification number, if applicable, your company charter, your legal address confirmation, and your registration application form. If you are a foreigner, you might also need a notarized translation of your documents. Now let's walk through what happens after submission. Once your application is approved, your company gets an EDRPU code. This is your official business identification number in Ukraine. Think of it like a business passport. Without it, your company does not legally exist in the system. Now here's where it gets interesting. Many people think registration is the final step. But actually, it is just the beginning. After receiving your EDRPU code, you must register with the tax authorities. Ukraine has multiple tax systems. The most common for small businesses is the simplified tax system. This allows lower tax rates and easier reporting. For example, a small business or consulting firm often chooses a simplified tax group. This reduces administrative burden significantly. But here's the mistake many founders make. They choose the wrong tax group without understanding income limits or restrictions. Later, they get penalized or forced to switch systems. So choosing the right tax category is critical. Now, let's talk about opening a business bank account. This step is mandatory if you want to operate legally, receive payments, and pay taxes. You will need your registration documents, EDRPU code, passport, and sometimes a company stamp depending on the bank. Most Ukrainian banks now support digital onboarding, but verification can still take a few days. Here's a practical example. Alex completes his registration, gets his EDRPU code, and goes to a bank in Kyiv. The bank reviews his documents and asks about his business activity. If everything is clear and compliant, his account is approved. Now, he can start receiving payments legally. But here's where most people fail. They assume once the bank account is open, everything is done. In reality, ongoing compliance is just as important. Let's talk about compliance. Every company in Ukraine must maintain accounting records. This includes monthly or quarterly tax reporting, depending on your tax system. If you ignore this, you can face fines or even suspension. Now in a minute, I'll show you a simple way to manage this without hiring a full-time accountant. Most small businesses in Ukraine use outsourced accounting services. This is cheaper and ensures compliance without stress. You simply hire a certified accountant who handles tax filing, payroll if needed, and financial reporting. Now let's talk about hiring employees or operating as a solo founder. If you are starting small, you may not need employees immediately. Many foreign founders start as single-owner companies and scale later. But if you do hire, you must follow Ukrainian labor law. This includes contracts, salary reporting, and social contributions. Here's a key insight. Ukraine has a skilled workforce, especially in design, and engineering. That is one reason many international startups choose Ukraine for operations. Now let's talk about permits and licenses. Not every business needs special licenses. But certain industries like finance, education, healthcare, or import-export may require additional approvals. So before launching, always check whether your business activity requires licensing. And here's a mistake that slows people down. They register their company first, then discover they need a license. This causes delays and extra costs. So planning ahead is essential. Now let's talk about foreign ownership rules. One of the biggest advantages in Ukraine is that foreign citizens can fully own a company. You do not need a local partner in most cases. However, you may need additional notarization or apostilled documents depending on your country of origin. This is a key point many guides miss. Now let's bring everything together into a simple flow, so you understand the full process clearly. First, choose your company type, usually an LLC or TOV. Second, select and verify your company name. Third, secure a legal address. Fourth, prepare your charter. Fifth, submit registration through the state system or DIA. Sixth, receive your EDRPU code. Seventh, register for taxes. Eighth, open your bank account. Ninth, set up accounting and compliance. Once all of this is done, your company is fully operational. Now here's the final insight that most people overlook. Starting a company is easy in Ukraine compared to many countries. But scaling it requires discipline. Compliance, tax accuracy, and proper bookkeeping are what keep your business stable long-term. If you skip these steps, even a successful business can face legal issues later. So think long-term from day one. To summarize everything, starting a company in Ukraine in 2026 involves choosing the right structure, registering legally through official systems, obtaining your tax ID, opening a bank account, and maintaining compliance through proper accounting. The process is straightforward if done correctly, but small mistakes can delay everything. And now, you are ahead of most beginners, because you understand the full system, not just isolated steps. If you found this guide helpful, make sure to like the video, drop a comment if you want a breakdown for a specific business type, and subscribe for more complete step-by-step international business guides.